If you've been part of the Law of Assumption community for basically any time at all, you would have heard the phrase, feel it real. Now you might have heard that and then thought, well, what does that mean? Am I supposed to feel happy? Am I supposed to feel like I'm experiencing it now? What am I supposed to feel? In this video, I'm going to go through exactly what feel it real means and give you some tips and tricks to actually feel it real effectively. So stick out to the end to find out more. Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back. My name is Matthew and today I am here to help you feel it real. But before we get into that, if you're in need of any of my help at all, check the links down below in the comment section and the description. They will take you to my website in which I have email coaching and have just added a premium email coaching package which gives you the coaching as well as a whole bunch of extra stuff to go along with it. So check that out if you're interested. With that said, let's get into this video. Right off the bat, I want to confirm to you that feeling real is not an emotion. Feeling it real does not mean that you have to feel happy, you have to feel excited. It simply means that you have to feel that it is done, that it is going to happen, or that it is already happening. However, when doing your techniques, if you are able to add emotions into them to any extent, they are going to more than likely help. The reason being, if you are able to feel excited about something that you are currently experiencing, it allows you to implement more of your, not senses, but more of you into it. You're able to feel as though you are actually experiencing that right now because it is bringing up genuine emotions. However, as long as you are feeling as though it is done or that it has already happened or is going to happen when you are done doing your techniques or whatever it is that you're doing at the time, that is all that actually matters, but the emotions can help you basically amplify it. I remember when I first heard the term feel it real and I was like, okay, great, I gotta get excited, I gotta get happy, and I was trying to visualize and I spent days after days after days trying to visualize this money coming to me and trying to get happy and trying to get excited, and I was just met with more frustration because I was focusing more on the actual emotions than the actual feeling it real, feeling it fulfilled. Because at the time, I didn't know that it meant that. I thought it meant emotion. Because obviously when someone says feel, most of the time we're going to assume that you mean feel as in emotionally feel. So I spent days upon days upon days trying to understand why my emotions just didn't seem to be doing anything and that it didn't seem to work. Well, there was a video that I came across at the time, and I don't remember who it was because it was a long time ago now. And they basically said that feeling it real was not an emotion, but in fact an inner feeling, an inner knowing. It's more of a mental feeling than a physical one, if that makes sense. And I couldn't understand it, but I took the advice that was given to me, and for the next couple of days, I tried to do my visualizations without trying to force emotions. I was more trying to focus on this is my experience. It felt a bit better, I was less frustrated, but I still didn't fully understand. Until maybe a couple of days after that, where I got a message from a friend saying, I need your help, it's urgent. And then I got this weird sinking feeling around here, but my emotions were neutral. And then I finally understood that you can have feelings without them being emotions. That was the turning point for me. And I've kind of relayed this to other things in my past now that I've looked at it. And you know when your partner or someone or even your mum or whatever says we need to talk, you know that sinking feeling, that is your feeling without an emotion. Now often that is incorporated with emotions, like when someone says we need to talk, you have that feeling and then you get scared and then you get anxious and then you start to question. However, that feeling comes first 9 times out of 10, and that is closer to what feeling it real actually is. You don't have to have this sinking feeling, but it's kind of like that. It's kind of like knowing that it is done, knowing that something is, in this case obviously you want it to be a good thing, knowing that your desire is done. But in that case, knowing something is going to go wrong, knowing that something bad is happening, that's what that gut feeling is. If you can replicate a very similar outcome with your techniques, so knowing this inner knowing that it is done of what's to come, of what you are experiencing, then you are feeling it real, as opposed to just putting emotions into a visualization or affirmations or whatever technique you choose. Now, the way that you do feel it real is when you are doing your techniques or embodying the state or whatever you choose to do, you dwell in it, you let it, you succumb to it, you become your desire. So if you're visualizing, you actually get lost in your visual. That is your world, that is your place to be. When you make affirmations or scripts, again, you get lost within this internal world that you are creating. You are dwelling in it, you are becoming the person who has this thing, and you are living there until you're done living there, if that makes sense. You're living in this new reality, in this new world, until either A, something brings you back, or B, until you feel like there's no need to. You feel it is natural for you to be in this world, and thus you no longer have to consciously put yourself in this world. So the easiest way to feel it real is to dwell in it when you are doing your techniques or whatever, and actually succumb to the story that you are creating. Not to just mindlessly like daydream or mindlessly affirm or whatever. Actually feel into it. What is your experience? What is your character? What is your avatar doing in this world? What do they have? Who are they? What are they being? You really dwell and feel into this world as if you are just going like that from yourself and just placing you in it. That's how you dwell in this state, and that is how you begin to feel it real. The more that you do this, and the more that you dwell within this state, the more that you are feeling it to be real. A tip that I have for you that I've been using for a little while, and I know it's not like a new thing, but I think it's very overlooked by a lot of people, and that is to state to yourself that it is done, or it is complete, or that is your experience, or just state that you are living it. The reason being, your subconscious mind doesn't have eyes, which means you are impressing it with your techniques and stuff. But then by saying it is done, you are again reinforcing that this is your experience now. And by saying it is done, you are almost in a weird way soothing your conscious mind. Because most people, especially people that are struggling to let go of the old story or are struggling to let go of the current reality, their conscious mind, as soon as they're done doing their techniques, immediately goes, blah, let's look at all the evidence that it's not there. Whereas if you were just saying, it is done, you're essentially telling yourself, stop worrying, it's all good. Because it's very easy to visualize and then look for the answers. But then if you are actively saying, it's already done, I don't need to look, it's done, it's mine, it's done. Your conscious mind, it's just being told that it's done, and it kind of just shuts up a little bit. And then by saying that it is done, you are accepting that it is real. You are accepting it, that it is done. Thus, you have felt it real, and you're assuming it to be true for you right now. So when you do your techniques, when you've done your visualizations, your scripts, whatever it is that you choose to do, finish it with it is done. And repeat that to yourself a few times until you feel better, until you feel as though, actually, yes, it is done. I don't have to do anything until this comes up again because it is already done. You will find that you will walk away from that technique session feeling much more fulfilled, much more clear, and much more calm about the whole situation. I trust this video has helped. If it has, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.